Alright, everybody, welcome back to the Mistpedia Weekly Conquest Cup. Once again, I'm Blue, joined today by Kizos, and we are back at the other semifinal now. It's Team YOLO versus Team Good Fights, and our first game, again, map order between these two teams has been decided. It is Temple, followed by Forest, and then Legacy. Our first game on Temple is getting started right now. And you can talk now, Kizos.
Alright, it looks like it's normal Good Fights comp. We're going to see a pretty good match between these two teams. Two top-tier teams at the moment, although Kid and Tanny and Nestor are kind of the mainstays, and they're pugging Backpack and Ender at the moment. But we should see a pretty great match from these two teams.
Alright, and again, the game has already begun. We're going to see, as we would expect, both Guardians heading to middle. We did see Genyon, Spirit Ranger for the blue team, making his way to middle. Meanwhile, Tanny, the Spirit Ranger from the red team, actually made her way over towards the Temple. We're also going to see Cade going for a cross, going up over here against Rar. So, I mean, blue team, pretty usual split from them, but what do you think of the red team's opening choices here?
I think it's pretty standard to Cade. He loves to push far and try and 1v1. And Cade has a pretty big advantage against Warriors, so we'll see how this goes. Maybe Rar can push it out, but I think Cade will be able to beat him here. It might turn bad for the red team. Just depends on if Cade can win this 1v1 here.
So going back over to the middle point now, seeing what is going on over here. Really, no one's been knocked out just yet. Both teams whacking away each other. You can see Ender got very low there. Had to pull back and pop one of his cooldowns. Massive visibility specifically over here. And Magic Toker getting caught out in the open. He's actually going to get absolutely destroyed there by Ender. Excellent job on his regard. Tanny as well coming in to execute the stomp, but he did move away from that. He's chilling up top right now, getting a bit of his self-res off, but in reality, he's basically dead meat now at this point. Moving all the way up there, unfortunately. Genyon is not going to be able to save him, and we are going to see Magic Toker get eliminated here very soon. We also saw back over here, Rar and Cade both actually took each other out in the 1v1 there, but thankfully 5Gauge was able to fall back and as such secure that point for the Good Fights for the time being. And other than that, the mid fight is still going on, but obviously with the loss of Magic Toker and 5Gauge being away from the point for the time being, that is going to be a bit of a deficit for the blue team. But as soon as they get back to the node, which is going to be in just a couple seconds from now, they are obviously going to be back at full force.
Yeah, and as you can see, 5Gauge was able to come in there just in time and save Rar from being stomped out by Cade. It looks like it's going to be a full mid push against both teams in a 5v5 right here. And it looks like Ken is getting really low though. Yeah. If he doesn't get some help right now, he's probably going to go down here. Let's see if his team can push for him.
Tanny at the moment here is taking quite a bit of damage as well, juking around at the moment here, trying to get away, but a lot of conjues have been loaded up onto Tanny that may be enough to take her in the downstate, and it will actually be enough, but thankfully she was able to pop off the active on Nature's Renewal there on her Spirit in order to get herself back into place for the time being. Tanny is going to be in a safe spot, but again, probably still going to be one of the prime targets for elimination here. Meanwhile, on the red team's radar, they are looking to knock out Kinsuda here, and as well, we have had some action going on at the other points. Cade once again snuck in over towards the altar, got the decap, and is actually pulling off of that now to make his way over towards the middle, so he'll be in middle very soon fighting for that. Kinsuda has just gone down, but again, nice res pressure coming off from the blue team, popping stealth as well in order to bring it back up into play, and they are going to actually be able to do that. Cade came into the fight a couple seconds ago, went right for that burst and is doing it once again. Did get the steal off onto the Warrior now, and is going to be going for some more bursts onto Kinsuda, and that will be enough to actually eliminate the Bunker Guardian here for Good Fight. So again, that is going to snowball very hard for them indeed. Once again, Rar already has gone down. A lot of pressure on 5Gauge from Cade here as well, so he may find himself in the downstate very soon as well, but it looks like a red team very soon may be getting control of the gate point here.
Yeah, and once their Bunker Guard and Ken went down, it kind of just went out of control for them as Rar soon fell and now 5Gauge is down. So it looks like Red just got complete control of that midpoint right there. And the blue team is kind of spreading out away from it and trying to regroup, it looks like. And the stillness comes up in about 5 seconds, so we're probably going to see a pretty big fight right there going on. Ender's on it waiting for it. Looks like he's going to almost get a free cap, but man, Toker is there. Cabinet, and it looks like it's going to be a 3v1, no, 2v1, 2v2 now, and it's going to I think it's just going to be a pretty big team fight right here.
And then back over here at the Temple as well, we do have Kinsuda going against Backpack and Cade. Cade now moving away down. He sees Rars coming into play, going to apply a bit of pressure to that and piece himself out of here. So again, that'll turn this fight. Actually, no, Cade actually turned himself around here as well now that he saw Rar coming into the fight. So it'll stay at a 2v2 for the time being. Back again over here on the middle node, or not the middle node, the middle buff actually. We're going to see both teams fighting actively for the time being. They are at a bit of a passive stalemate. Portal was just popped over there by Ender a couple seconds ago, made his way into middle as we did see this get decapped away from red team control over here. Ness once again is in the middle now though, and is keeping that contested up against Magic Toker. But once again back over here at the red team, helmet currently under control by Good Fights. We do see Cade applying a lot of pressure over here on Kitsuda, but he himself took a bit too much damage in the process there, coming in from Rar as well as other sources. Did get a flame tick on him, and that pretty much took him into the downstate. But as well, we do see Ken going down. Cade has taken a lot of damage though, and they will be able to knock him out there with an arcing arrow, take him out of the play now, and it looks like we may just see the blue team defend this node. And as well, they did get control of the middle buff too, so Good Fight's really going to start to rocket ahead here.
Yeah, Good Fights is in a pretty great spot at the moment. They have a 4-cap at the moment, and as that mid-buff fight was going on, Magic Toker was able to sneak away and get the D-cap on mid. It looks like they're going to start pushing for the mid-fight, as that's the only point that they really have a decent advantage on at the moment. But it looks like it's starting to snowball in Good Fight's favor pretty quickly.
And we do see here even Good Fights starting to pull out of middle. Good choice. Going to give them a little bit more breathing room as they do try to hold on to side nodes. And it looks like that is going to be their main strategy for most of this game. So what do you think of that choice, Kizos?
I think at the moment that's a pretty solid choice, although they both have gotten both decapped. But it looks like they're going to get recontrol of the home, and I think they should probably... you know, it looks like they're having a 2v1 at far, so I think they have good side control, and I think that's a pretty good decision at the moment.
Yeah.
We'll see if it changes. I think they're going to stick with that, as it's the most, it's the safest strategy until buffs come up in about 50 seconds. That's probably going to change up the fight and points up a little bit.
And it does look like that Good Fights has pretty solid control over both of these node fights. Back over here, Cade was thrown to the downstate. Cade looks like he's going to be able to get himself back into play here, but again, while we saw Ness trying to come in and resurrect up Cade, he obviously has been taking quite a bit of damage, and now we are going to see 5 Gauge join this fight as well, applying a lot of pressure to Cade. 5 stacks Confusion just went off on him, getting immobilized here, so we'll just be able to get his hide in the shadows off there, but we'll probably again be out of commission for a little bit of time. Popping up Bazvan, he'll probably rejoin the fight in just a second, but again, as we've been saying, it looks like blue team does have a pretty consistent control of most of these fights. While they may not have the caps, they do have the dominating advantage over here, and they actually did get the cap back at Alter once again, as Genian and Tanny are sort of duking it out. That's probably going to be stalemated until someone can support, but the buffs are about to spawn. Blue team needs to send someone down there, and it looks like we may have a repeat of what we had a couple minutes ago there, as no one else has gone down just as of yet. However, I think they are rectifying that right now, and indeed they are. Kitsuda is making his way down towards bottom buff now, so again, bottom buff will be stalemated until we see someone else coming into play over there, and as of yet at least, no one is trying to channel the top buff, as we have, aside people from both teams are fighting for control of that.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to try and hold out the fight on the 2 buffs for the moment. It's Ender and 5 Gauge 1v1 on top, and Ken and Backpack 1v1 at bottom, although Ender did just get pushed down.
Yeah. Ender did
he was able to teleport back up.
Oh, nicely done by Ender, yeah.
Did you see that?
So it looks like it's just going to be these 1v1s, and we do have Nessator just gone down on far point. Looks like Rar has killed both Nestor and Cade, and he's going to be capping that point in their favor.
Nicely
in Good
done.
Fight's favor.
Nicely done by Ryan D there, as again, he will be getting control of that node. Down to the bottom buff over here, we are seeing it as a 2v1 against Backpack here at the moment. So Kinsuda as well as Magic Toker are very soon going to be getting control of this buff if we don't see any more red team support coming in, and at the moment, there isn't any. So we do see Kinsuda. Oh, Kinsuda channeling it from under the bubble too. He can't be hit by the downstate auto attacks here. We do see Nestor coming down, but will he be able to get there in time? And no, he's not going to be able to. Good Fights will now get control of the bottom buff. Get that now. Have a 3 cap. They have already lost one of the nodes back over here, as Tanny is at the moment going to be stealing control of that. But the top buff as well also went in control of Good Fights, so they are going to get yet another 4 cap here and really start once again to rocket themselves ahead. And that play right there might have spelled GG, because it is going to put them up probably at the end of this buff spawn here. We'll probably put them around like 425 to 200 here as the scores.
Yeah, that was some really good play from Good Fights. They were able to +1 at bottom buff, and 5 Gauge was able to win the 1v1 against Ender, and they were able to cap both buffs fairly simultaneously. So it looks like they're going to get a huge lead now at the moment. Red team really needs to make some strong pushes against their points, as Cade and Ender are 2v1ing Backpack right now. Not Backpack, Rar.
Yeah.
5 Gauge trying to support, but I don't know if they'll be able. Oh no, he doesn't get him up, and Ken is back now. So I don't know. I think Red didn't make a strong enough push. Nestor's down. Will he be able to get the stomp? And he's going to get cleaved down. So it looks like Good Fights is going to wipe this fight up into their home.
Indeed, they are going to take control of this node fight. We do have them pretty much getting pushed out here. Backpack, the last person here. We do have Ender in the area, and oh, they might have actually left that open there for Ender to steal, because Trying to see here at the moment. Where's Ender
Ender
actually
is
at?
down at the moment.
Oh, okay.
inside of
I
the
was looking
home.
at one of his clones
And
there. It wasn't me.
Genyon just got 2v1 at midpoint, although Rar was able to get in before they got decap, and Ken's there, so Red's just not able to make these pushes strong enough before good fights can reinforce.
And then back over here at the middle once again, we can see that blue team defending this successfully. We are going to see our first round go into the favor of Good Fights. It'll once again be up 1 on the set, and again, 1 game away from going into the grand finals of this week's Cup.
It was a pretty solid victory for Good Fights. They were able to control every single buff and just hold 2 cap consistently. Some great plays, some Good Fights. Rar was able to do a 2v1. What a skilled warrior. Did his father Wakey proud.
Unfortunately, I was not able to catch that on stream, however. We were busy looking at bottom or something when that was going on.
It's alright, it'll live on in the...
It'll live on in the pantheons of... yeah.
Rar the hero.
So our second map is going to be on Forest. What do you think of that?
I think in the past, Good Fights has shown that this is their map. I think it'll come down to the play on the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And as we've seen in the past, Good Fights has had some pretty amazing boss plays. Well, maybe they'll be able to replicate it here, but I think it's right now in the favor of Good Fights, as they've shown past control of this map pretty well.
Alright, I definitely agree. So you think we're going to be seeing a 2-0 from Good Fights, wiping Team Yellow off the boards here?
I mean, it depends. You know, Ender. I think Ender needs to do some better portal plays, get them in some better spots with that. I think they need stronger pushes, but they might be able to make it 1-1. We'll see. I don't think they should do a 3 push at the start, but I feel Cade is just a pretty confident player in his 1v1 abilities. Maybe we'll see another push like that. I think it just depends on their mud fight at this point.
Alright. So once again, guys, sorry, I'm just taking care of some unwelcome spectators at the moment. We have a couple of players who try to sneak in and watch the games, but they're not supposed to do that, so we kick them out, and we change the server password this time. So
if you ever see Karina, tell her to stop sneaking in our servers.
yeah, so Physics and Nas, stop, please. Anyway.
F physics. No one likes physics.
No one likes, no, not no one. But anyway, guys, game 2 is going to be getting started in just a second. And yeah, as soon as we see ready-ups from... and someone left, so yeah. Now I need to give the password away again.
Tanny left.
Yeah, I gave Kay the password though, so we should be able to get him back in.
Oh, Tanny DC'd, okay.
They'll have to hit much harder.
Yeah, I'm being told by an inside source that Good Fights has lost all their 1v1s to Chieftain, so that might change this matchup a little bit.
That happened like one time, didn't it? When was that? That was Good Fights Invitational, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
It was either Good Fights Invitational or VVV2. I'm trying.
I believe it was both games there, Blue.
I don't think so. I think it was only one of them.
We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Although I know Wakey has been 1v1 by Chieftain quite a bit. Although Wakey is no longer in the Good Fights roster, so maybe Rar can correct that.
Oh my goodness. The BM from the chat tonight leaked onto the stream, as it seems. I still don't have any clue what was going on there earlier.
Is it still the Apex chat going on there?
No. It's still it's corrected itself. It's just that like earlier I didn't have a clue what was going on in the chat. Like back in the first like 2 rounds we were doing. But we are once again just waiting.
Yeah, it looks like Tanny DC'd probably a DDoS from Rar because he's scared of Tanny's abilities, I'm guessing.
Oh my goodness. So again, just gonna go over the builds here really quickly while we do wait. Just taking a look at the specifics here. Backpack again, I believe on a standard Kandi NG. 6 Runes of the Nightmare, pistol shield with a rabbit amulet. And the traits being 35, 0, 20, 15, so lots of Connie pressure will come out into play from this. Cade will be playing standard DP Thief that we always see him play, 6 runes of the Ogre, Dagger with an offhand pistol, Short Bow with a Berserker's Amulet, and the traits being 10, 30, 0, 0, 30. Nestator over here is going to be playing Guardian with 6 runes of the Soldier, Mace with an offhand focus along with a Staff, Cleric Tip with a Barb's Jewel, and the traits being 0, 0, 10, 30, 30, so we'll be playing Virtue's Bunker Guardian. Ender is going to be playing Shatter Mesmer, I believe, with 6 runes of Alyssa, Greatsword, Sword with an offhand focus, and a Berserker's Amulet with the traits again being 20, 20, 0, 0, 30. And Tanny, I believe plays 0, 10, 30, 30, 0 with Axe, Torch, and Sword Dagger, right?
Tanny has switched up in the past to Axe Torch. I don't know if she's sticking with that or if
she was playing it in an earlier set, so
she's probably gonna she's just you know, changing out some different stuff coming for the next April patch, trying to get ready for any changes. I am a little surprised that Magic Toker is playing Sword Dagger here. Not seeing. Oh wait, is he playing Sword Dagger?
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah, he's playing Sword Dagger, not his usual Sword Pistol.
Interesting. What do you think of that choice? Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's pretty solid. He can play a lot more offensively because the amount of dodges and just plays that Sword Dagger can do, and he showed it pretty well last game.
Sorry about that. Just talking to Cade there. But anyway, again, checking things out over here. We do have, like we were saying, Magic Toker running on the Sword Dagger build. 6 runes of Alyssa, as well as Short Bow with Sword, Dagger, as well as a Berserker's Amulet, like you were saying, with the traits 10, 30, 0, 0, 30. Ganyan is playing Spirit Ranger with 6 runes of the Forge, Short Bow, Sword with an offhand Dagger, Carrion Amulet with the traits being, again, 0, 10, 30, 30, 0. Ken is playing Virtue's Guard as well, I believe. Yep, he's playing Virtue's Guard, 0, 0, 10, 30, 30, with 6 runes of the Soldier, Staff, Mace, Shield, with a Cleric's Amulet and a Barb's Jewel. 5 Gauge is playing his Skirmisher build with 6 runes of the Adventure, double pistols with a Rabbit Amulet, and the traits being 30, 10, 0, 20, 10. So a bit of a variation on the standard Condi build, but obviously, again, does run it with the double pistols and the runes of the Adventure as well. And then Rar, last but not least, is running DPS Hambo with 6 runes of Lissa, Hammer with an offhand longbow, Berserker's Amulet, and the traits being 0, 0, 30, 10, 30.
Yeah, these are, for the most part, pretty standard builds. I think the only one that really deviates is 5 Gauge's builds.
Mm-hmm.
And he just plays slightly different, more offensive builds. And I think it works really well because good fights can, you know, cover for him in the team fights, and he can pump out the Condi Cleave. And it's been working out so far pretty well in the team fights.
Alright, so once again, guys, Tanny did disconnect, like we were saying. We're going to give him about 4 more minutes to get Tanny back into play. I have given him the option to substitute as well, but when we hit about 10:18 my local time, I'm going to have to ask that they bring someone in, or we might have to dock them a game, which would lead to their elimination.
And it looks like Roar into his
Roar's resetting his comp, so hopefully he can reconnect. Otherwise, we might play a 4v4 game.
4v4 will become the new meta.
But in some off-topic news, again, the sign-ups for the Tournament of Legends is now open. It opened yesterday, so if you have a team and you want to have a shot at winning a Legendary, go sign up for that. Some info over on the forums. As well, there's a video on my YouTube channel, which is linked down below if you'd like to go check out the information on there as well. Just a bit of a stat for the Tournament of Legends sign-ups. Just trying to think of things to do here. Did Cade DC2 or is Cade just scouting builds? Nope, Cade DC2. Okay.
DCs are all around today.
The DC is too strong. Oh, actually, no, sorry. Cade swapped teams, so Cade is now playing for good fights, ladies and gentlemen.
It's gonna be a 5v3.
Oh, Cade wants to 1v1 Ender. So last time I checked it, we had 114 unique teams signed up. Now, I think it's more like 120.
And how many of those teams are fakes, and how many of those teams are just PvEers?
Well, I've already gone. So I don't know about PvEers part because that's like asking too much for me to sort through all that. But and like actually remember names. But
oh, I'm sorry, but I thought you were dedicated to esports.
I am, but like this is probably, there hasn't been a tournament where this many teams have signed up. Like I was a bit surprised when I woke up this morning and saw that there was still like that much of an influx of teams coming in. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really great to see all these teams signing up for this tournament. There's a lot of interest in the tournament doing that.
But that's how many full teams are signed up. That's not like how many like partials and like all like troll. Like I've already cleared out all the troll submissions and whatnot. That's how many like full teams we have signed up. There's about 20 other teams that are signed up with missing members as well. So that have yet to update me with their full rosters. So.
And it looks like Tanny has just logged back on. I don't know if she's still having lag issues. We'll see if she get in the game though.
Yeah. But still, that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, who's looking forward to stomping out some PvE kids, huh?
Oh my goodness. The DM is too strong with Keezus.
I learned from H-Man. I'm gonna mute my mic for 1 second.
Okay, good. Alright, so again, it looks like Tanny should be getting back in. So Cade at the moment is 1v1ing one of his teammates over here to get ready. And we should be getting started very soon, as I believe Tanny should be rejoining in just a moment. But again, following procedures here, if Tanny's not able to get back in here and they don't have an alternate prepped and ready to go, that will end the set right there. That'll end it by default. Unfortunately, but I think we should be able to get Tanny back in, so hopefully it won't come to that. And I have run out of things to say.
I turned my mic back on because Blue needs some help from the Deathcaster tonight. So, Blue, what do you think about Cade picking up Backpack and Ender? How do you think that's affected their team?
I don't know. I know this team was thrown together the last second. I know that much. Like literally the last second. Like I told Cade I need your roster now or you won't be playing, and he whispered me back with a roster. So.
Yeah, it looks like Cade just kind of tried to pick him up as fast as he could. Doesn't have the usual team. As we know that Wakey has switched to a different team. Totally friendly situation. Wakey just decided to play with the meanest possible person in the world, Ellen Ari.
So again, we do have Tanny back in play. So it should be getting started in just a second. Yep, everyone's back. So let's get going. We've run into a very awkward moment, I must say. We're literally out of things to talk about.
I blame Tanny, personally. I think she did this on purpose. Try and mess me up because she knew it was my first time casting. That's very rude, Tanny. But yeah, I think we'll see a generally good game here. I'm hoping Cade and friends, is what I'm going to call them, will be able to pull back and win this match, and we'll see a good game from both teams.
And that game will be getting started, guys, in just a moment, as we are waiting at the moment only for Rar to ready up. As soon as he does ready up, the game shall begin. And we will move into the second game. Once again, Team YOLO will spawn on the right side of the map, and Good Fights will be spawning on the left side of the map, over here on the Forest of Niflheim. And now, Rar, please, ready up. Rar, there we go. Okay. So we're finally getting started here, guys. Once again,
Last chance to
we
nail
do
down your
apologize for the delay here. We did have a couple disconnects and build changes and whatnot and restarts and all that other stuff getting in our way, but we are finally back on track now. So it's Team YOLO versus Good Fights. Good Fights is up 1-0 in the set, one game away from eliminating Team YOLO and moving on to the next round. So here we go, guys. Gates have opened up. Let's open up our map and check out the splits. Coming directly out of the gates, we can see over here that Magic Toker and 5 Gauge are going to go for a bit of a cross. And interesting enough, you can see over here, blue team is delaying.
Yeah.
Poopy.
Asking for a restart.
Yep.
chieftain has returned.
Hold on. So we are going to restart that really quickly,
The delays are real.
as we did have a bit of lag. But let me poopy. Save before the map changes. Woo! Okay, so
Red team
we should
And it
load
looks
right
like
back in
it's
the
going to
forest.
turn into a 1-1 as Genyon lost the match for his team.
It's funny too. They had the mid cap as like what? Yeah, easy mid cap. But again, players were claiming lag. I actually saw it coming out of the gate there too. That some of them were like, damn it, didn't save. So give me a second. So I have to rotate the
The match starts soon.
rotation around again and get us over
Last chance
to.
nail down your
I did set it
strategy.
to the right map, right? Yeah, I did. It just didn't save it in time. So we have to rotate it back around, guys. Give me just a moment, and we should be back on Forest and getting started with the real second game.
Hold on to your points. Seize there.
As the delay continues. Keys, does you have things to say too, or you just...
I'm just muting to eat my donuts.
How are your donuts? We can talk about that. See, this is what we gotta do. We gotta fill time.
They are delicious, thanks for asking. I got them from a place called Tasty Donuts in New Orleans. Probably the second best donuts in the world, if I say so.
What's the first best donuts?
If you've ever been to Portland, Oregon, go to a place called Voodoo Donuts, and you will find heaven, especially if you're a stoner. Not saying I am, but you'll find the best donuts, hands down.
Alright, guys. We are back once again over here on Forest. And I actually think I have heard of Voodoo Donuts, just saying, but I think I saw it on TV once.
Yeah, they're really famous. They have some pretty dirty shirts. Like the magic is in the hole, for example, is one of their shirts, I
Oh
think.
my goodness.
Yeah. They're great. They're a great place. Family friendly too.
So again, guys, Ganyon's just restarting his router really quickly so we can make sure that he doesn't have the lag issue again. And as soon as he rejoins, we'll hopefully get started with the real round 2. But Kizos is eating his donuts, so we have nothing to talk about at the moment. So again,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, you can go ahead. Trust me, please.
I was just gonna ask you what your favorite kind of donut is.
Dude, I haven't had donuts in a while, but like the ones that are like,
College kid, aren't you?
yeah, but there's no donuts around here. There's no one that sells donuts. There's like a knockoff Starbucks that has like really crappy pastries, but that's about it.
You need to move just entirely to a new city and find a good donut place.
There's like, oh dude, there's like no donut places where I am. It's scary.
That's
I don't know if it's just a thing where like people up here don't eat donuts, but like I don't know of any donut places. I know bagel places, but not donut places.
You live in New York.
Yeah,
right?
I live in Rochester.
As soon as you said bagel places, you must have lived in
Yeah,
New York.
I live in Rochester. But like there's like no donut places. Like everybody here hates donuts or something. I haven't found the single donut place here. At least the place that makes like
we
half
New
decent
Yorkers
donuts.
have a thing for bagels and a thing against a different kind of circle pastry, I guess. It's only
Circle
bagels.
pastry.
We only allow one circle for our food diets.
Oh my goodness. So we're just waiting on Genyon again.
So is Stream Chat till BM?
I don't know. I don't look at it like that often when I'm doing tournaments.
Looks like I'm gonna go have to investigate for blue.
Like, I don't look, there's a reason I don't look at it, and it's usually because people are making fun of me, and it makes me feel really nervous. So, like, I generally speaking ignore map chat, or not map chat, ignore, like, Twitch chats during tournament streams.
Just imagine like this. Every time someone is insulting you,
Yeah.
it's only countless, and his opinion
Oh
is
my
about
goodness.
as valid as my opinion on donuts.
I see what you did there. But anyway, here we go, guys. Once again,
Hold on to
we're
your
getting
points.
started
See
with the
you
second
there.
game. Hopefully, it will go smoothly. So here we go, guys. It's Team YOLO versus Good Fights. The second game here, Good Fights is up 1-0 in the set. And we are on the Forest of Niflheim. We did see that Cade went for a cross, but is obviously very delayed in that regard, as Magic Toker was waiting just around the corner, and I think Cade sensed that that is coming. But now the Magic Toker is looking like he's going to go up to man, but now, there we go. Rar has spotted Cade, and Magic Toker's going to turn around, so let's see. Cade is going to get wedged here, trying to go to his point of view right now. He is going up against Magic Toker, trying to get the engagement off onto him right now. 3.3 kick to bring him down to about 40% health, and now Cade is trying to get away from him as he is being chased by both Rar and Magic Toker, but that nice hit on there, a bit of a lucky crit coming off there as well from that surprise shot. But we're going to see coming in there, doing a lot of damage to Magic Toker, just sitting on the edge here, about to get knocked out, and was just able to get out of the way for the time being. But these two are definitely duking it out, and that could have a very large precedent as to who will take control of the mid-fight if either of these guys kill each other. But for the time being, it looks like neither actually has managed to accomplish that task, and both are on their way to the middle fight.
Yeah, and it looks like Toker has just gotten the nature of the spirit res down, and Nestor is getting pretty low, although Magic Toker just got caught right there. He might go down, and he's trying to go into his team side so he can get some support falling back, but Nestor has just gone down, and looks like they're cleaving him up pretty strong. 5 gauge just nading it, but they did get the res off. And, no, they stunned Kenyon down.
Yeah, Kenyon actually went down there, I believe, and taking him out, obviously. But as we do check things out, I mean, like, look at this. Everyone is all on mid here right now. No side cap pressure whatsoever here. We may see a lot more of that when we do see the respawn start to come out. Like, Genny may try to cross over towards the mine and whatnot, but we're going to have to see Magic Toker going across the threshold here. Took Ender into the downstate, trying to go for a stop right now, but the pet was able to interrupt that, thankfully, and save him for the time being. Ender over here, once again, did pop off his deception. Sitting in a corner right now. Nest trying to come in for the res. Magic Toker going for a lot more damage on Ender here. Looks like Ender's actually going to get back up, and they may take Magic Toker here down. Thankfully, though, he was able to get out of the way for the time being. Pop his withdrawal, and he's going to head down below here, and as we predicted, we did see Gannon making his way over here to the mine. He will go for the decap. Obviously, that is going to give Good Fights a bit of an advantage here, but at the same time, and it looks like actually Blue Team may be pulling out of here too now that they are making sure that they got the decap over here at mine. So what do you think of that decision?
Red team got a capture point.
Kizos?
Sorry, I had to mute my mic for a second. I had an issue. Wasn't able to catch that. But it looks like Cade has just went down to Genyon on their home node, and looks like Good Fights, again, is controlling the side nodes. Is the same thing we saw the last one, although they were able to be pushed out on the mid.
And as we go back once again, Cade still sitting in the downstate here at the moment. Backpack as well is also going to be thrown down there. We see Kensuda coming in for a stomp, has stability. Our apologies there, Kensuda, I think he had stability anyway there, so as such was able to accomplish that stomp. So Good Fights looking very strong now after they rotate themselves off of the key point over here to the mine to hold on to control of this node, and as well hold a 2-cap on the sides for the time being. We also did see Rar fall back over there towards the home, so Good Fights going to play a very tanky strategy here, and for the time being, it looks like it is working for them.
Yeah, it looks like 5 gauge was getting pretty heavily pressured, but his team was able to cover for him, get a Shadow Refuge on him when he's down, and just res him right back up. And it looks like this the home fight is very much in favor of Good Fights right now.
They are,
and
again.
Cade, they keep going down, but both teams are consistently getting reses up, and it's not really going too strongly one way or the other, but it looks like Blue has a definite advantage at the moment.
I think Red is deciding, all right, we've been dying too many times over here. Let's just get out, try to re-engage in another node fight. We can rush over to their node really quickly, and that does appear to be the plan. And they might, oh, it looks like Cade might actually be able to, Cade has snuck past Rar, and that'll probably be the decap going on right here. But I think what's going to happen here now is I think we're going to see Good Fights push into middle instead and just sacrifice their home point. And I think that'll be a good move, but we're going to have to see how those fights actually go to decide that or not.
Yeah, that was a pretty big mistake on Rar's part. He just let Cade go right on by him. He should have most likely seen that coming, just judging from the play that Cade usually does. And we're going to see another 1v1 here, and I think you're right. Good Fights is just going to push into the mid node, as they're doing right now, and just kind of sacrifice Rar a bit, because Cade has a definite advantage on this 1v1. And back on the midpoint, it looks like Ender just went down, but he got rezzed by Nessie. And again, we're just going to see a bit of a drawn-out fight here in mid.
And then back over here again at the Henge. We are seeing two members of Good Fights defending it now. It is Magic Toker. Both thieves are here from either team. McKay doing a nice job trying to throw things around over here on the Magic Toker. Obviously, we do see that Magic Toker has the support of Rar, so they have a serious advantage in that regard. But Cade, again, can definitely do very good in outnumbered situations. But with 5 gauge coming into play over here, too, Cade is just going to peace out, throwing down his SR. They may get spotted on that regard, but I think Cade's going to be safe. And now he'll either move himself back to mid or try to re-engage once again. Moving past 5. Oh, he might get a chance to steal the boss here, too. So we're going to stick and watch this point of view for the time being. Once again, 5 gauge engaging on the Chieftain at the moment. Cade revealing himself. 5 gauge knows he's here now. Let's see how 5 gauge tries to take on this. It looks like he is going to go for some damage on the Cade here. Cade spamming disabling shot at the moment. Will be able to get out of the way of that. Rar will join the fight for Chieftain here as well. We're going to have to see. Cade needs to go in here. Needs to go for his damage very soon. Popping off. He's in stealth, but he is getting CC denied here. Tries to go and tries to get the burst. And Cade does get off the steal there onto Chieftain. So he's going to get that. But his life may just be forfeit. Trying to get away. Connie's maybe a bit too much for him, and they are going to be. He will go down, but will take 25 points with him on the way down.
Yeah, Cade was able to barely pull out that boss steal. Very nicely done by Cade, although it was a sacrifice on his life. Well, it looks like Good Fights is going for a very defensive strategy at the moment, as they mostly pulled out of the mid, although YOLO team has left mid cap open, and 5 gauge is getting a free cap on mid at the moment, as Rar is 1v1ing Tandy over on their home point, and that's a pretty big advantage in Rar's favor, as Spirit Ranger usually loses to a Hambo Warrior. But it looks like they're just going to keep on pushing over into their home node, although Nessie has just gone down on that team fight over there, getting cleaved out pretty hard. And
nice mass invis pop.
It looks like they're going to be able to get Nessie up, as the only one cleaving is a bunker guard, and that's,
Yeah.
that's not cleave.
It's not really cleave, it's like tapping him. But anyway, as we go back in, Ken trying to get himself back up to the point. Gonna get denied a little bit here by this line of warning, but nothing too much in his way. We'll still be able to get himself up there on the node, keep the fight rolling. Off the node itself, we actually saw Magic Toker going down there. Very unfortunate for them. Wasn't able to move away with the Shadow Escape. We saw Ender coming in there, trying to sort of deny the move away there by popping his own blink, but Magic Toker did actually delay his, and as such, it was able to escape it, but still, in the end of things, ended up getting bursted down regardless. So now, we are seeing Red Team finally making progress over here on the mine point, and may finally get control of it. But again, while all this has happened, they got control of both middle and their home node once again, so they have an even more stable hold on some points now. So Good Fights is still going to be holding to the lead here for now.
And during that team fight, Rar 5 gauge was able to get a free cap on mid, reinforced home, and Rar and 5 gauge were able to pretty easily deal with Tanny, stomp her out, and it looks like Red is going to try and push for the mid now, as they are 2v1 against 5 gauge, Backpack and Nessie versus 5 gauge.
We also see back over here, right off the middle node, we can see Magic Toker and Rar. Rar doesn't seem to be too, invested in this fight, obviously, as Magic Toker and Cade are having a bit of an honor duel here. It looks like Magic Toker may just win it, especially now that he does have some support from Kinsuda, but again, Kinsuda as well, he's just going to walk past as Magic Toker knows he got this, and he does have control of that fight. He will knock Cade out. Cade will port right up here onto the stairwell, but I think his life is basically forfeit at this point, and again, the loss of a thief in a team fight is obviously going to be a very bad thing indeed, and this may be the successful defense over here at mid if they're unable to get Cade back up, but we do see Nessie trying to come in. Nessie taking quite a bit of damage process. Nessie's going to go down too, and with that, that's basically going to be the end of the mid fight here. It's really going to snowball after this and go into Good Fights' favor. But again, like we were saying earlier, they did actually leave their home point open, and as such, that did allow Tanny to sneak in and get the full cap back on the Henge.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad move by Cade there, as he kind of overextended just to go for Magic Toker when their whole Good Fights team was on that side. They were able to kill him pretty quickly and then down Nessie just to cleave. Although Tanny did have that nice stealthy back cap there, but it looks like they're just going to 2v1 Tanny out and get their home node back, while it looks like Magic Toker was able to get the decap on the far node.
Indeed, as we go back over to that far node now, you can see there's going to be additional support coming in via Cade. You can see the backpack is going up against Magic Toker at the moment, but Cade going to re-engage on the Magic Toker as well. Magic Toker noticing it is a 2v1 is going to try to escape. Obviously going to take some cluster bomb damage here from Cade, trying to dodge out of the way of that. Will be able to pop off his withdrawal here and get back for the time being, but will he be able to fully escape? His stealth will be expiring in about 3 seconds. Cade knows where he is going at the moment, and as such, may just be able to catch him, but I think Cade is going to be a bit too distracted here, as he is going for the kill on his spawn here at the moment to try and catch up his team. And as such, that will allow Magic Toker to get himself away. But once again, back over here at the Henge, that as well will be staying in Good Fights control, as we did see Ender getting knocked out there along with probably a few other members of the red team too. Nestor is making his way back over there to middle. We did see that blue team actually, red team actually got control of their boss over there. But at the same time, blue team Good Fights is also going for their kill on Chieftain right now, and probably are going to get it, as Tanny is the only one within range to actually contest that at the moment.
Yeah, and Ranger is just not the right thing for a steal, obviously,
Yeah.
but it was the only one there at the moment. Cade was able to get that boss kill, Although Magic Toka tried, but he was able to sneak past them right afterwards and get the decap, and it looks like it's just a good fight's win at this point.
Indeed. And with that, guys, Good Fights is going to take this set 2-0. They will move on to the grand finals where they will be taking on... Outplayed by Children in just a few minutes, guys. So once again, we are going to be taking a very short break. We will get the correct teams in servers, so make sure you guys are sticking around. And we will be returning in just a few minutes with the grand finals this week's tournament between Good Fights and Outplayed by Children. Stick around, guys. Be back in just a few.